Alright, we're back on a little engine here, and it's been about 19 hours. It's been soaking, and it looks like the reservoir has gone down a little bit, but not much. And then even in here, you guys can't see it, but in here it's there's still a pool up to here. So that, I don't know what that did. But you know what? You probably can't see much because it's so dark here, but that's why I always keep a light colored towel on this table when I'm working, but it's just too dirty and greasy and oily right now. And this don't help much. How about this? Maybe we'll set this up here for you. There we go. Is that in your way? Put it over here a little bit. Point it down. Is that a little better? All right. Sorry about that. All right, what were we saying here? All right. It's been soaking for about 19 hours. For you guys, it's probably been a week. So, we'll see what happened here. Here's our valve. Look, we're getting, can you guys see that? Getting good movement there. This one is hitting the tappet. I haven't tried to put a screwdriver in between the tappet and the bottom of the valve, but we'll do that. We do have a game plan. You gotta have a game plan when you try to unsee something. So what the game plan is we're going to try and get the valves out. That way we know the valves aren't holding it. And then we'll take this pulley off here and get this out of the way. And then we'll put the pulley back on. And we'll put the flywheel back on. That way we have something to grab onto when we try and loosen this. And then I have a piece of 2-inch round wood that will stick in the top here, and we'll tap it. You know, I mean, we're going to try and get some movement without taking the rest of it apart. And then if we can't get any movement out of that, then we'll take the bottom off and see what we can do about that. You know, sometimes if you can unbolt the connecting rod and get it out of the way, and then hit that and get some movement out of it. That's a good thing, but sometimes you can't move the crank because where the piston and the connecting rod are positioned. So we'll see what happens with that. If we can hit that with a hammer and a block of wood going in there and get some movement, that'll be good. But if not, then who knows? Maybe we'll have to put it in the press, you know, and we're just trying to get some movement. Once you get movement, you got it. So let me clean this pool out of here and take some of this stuff off, and I'm going to take this valve out of the way and see if I get movement out of this valve. So, alright, I'll turn you back on when we make some progress. Alright, I took that valve out, and you know, I always like, if I run into something odd or strange or interesting, I always like to stop and show you guys what's going on. And this was interesting to me. Look inside. This is where the valve was, and I don't know if you can tell what that is, but they're mud daubers. Mud daubers built a nest in there. They probably went in through the intake. You know, like I said, the carburetor was snapped off, so they went in through there. So yeah, the valve, the intake valve don't look bad at all. So that's good. That might not have been stuck. Who knows? But anyway. It's out now. It's out of the way. So let's see what's in here. See all the fluid still sitting in there. All right. So we're going to see what we can do with that exhaust valve. All right. We've been dicking around with this valve up here, and we haven't had much success. I think I might have compromised it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wind up putting vice grips on there and trying to get some movement this way. You know, I was going to put some heat on it through here, or actually through here too, you know, but I can't even get this off. You know, I had this in a vise, but I don't have enough meat there to hold it in place while I put the pipe wrench on there. So, alright, what we're going to do is we're going to try and take this pulley off here and get this stuff out of the way. I did lube this up yesterday. There's a an Allen screw that goes in there with a pin. You know, it's like a point. So looks like it's moving. Okay, that's as far as that's going right now. So we put something in that hole, and then we'll get another bite on it. All right, put a little baby socket in there. I don't know how big, but something that'll fit right in there. For you guys that are curious, 9:30 seconds. Fit right in there. Yeah, that's where that Allen screw goes, right in there. It's a big notch out of that thing. All right, let me get a wrench. There's a very shallow head on here, so I think I might have a spare one of them if we compromise that, but we'll see. I'll see if we can get this off. Alright, yeah, that worked. It's coming right off. So you gotta take that pulley off before this comes off, because this slides on that machined part right there. Spring's good and everything. Alright, let me look this over. I know it needs a seal because that's where all the oil will come out. That might be the reason they took this thing apart, because the inside of the flywheel and over here, there's a seal over here too. So that might be the reason they took this out of service. Alright, got a pair of vice grips with some good teeth on it. So let's see if we get any movement out of this. The reason I got to get some movement out of this way is because the pin that holds the pin in the keeper and everything that holds the valve in is facing the opposite direction. So let's see. Oh yeah, we're getting some movement out of it. Yeah. Alright, so that's good. So now we gotta see if we can get the connecting rod off of there, because like I say, the tappet is pushing up against this, and I can't even get the pin out of this. So. Alright. So this is progress. Like I say, the valve is compromised already, so I do have spares. Alright, let's take the base off and try to get the side cover off and see what we're dealing with. Alrighty, we're taking the base off here, and I already took the liberties of taking the one bolt out on the other side, because it's, where you at? Let me turn you a little bit. There you go. Because it's a long bolt, and you can't get a socket on it, you know, it's so close to there. You have to get it off with an open-end wrench. You know, you can get the socket on there, but you can't get the wrench on after the socket's on because of the head. But we knew that. All right, so let's take this one off. You get a socket on this one. Remember if these are long. Probably, right? We'll have one long and one short. Alright. A lot of you is probably wondering why I didn't drain the oil. Don't look like there's any oil in there. side now until we take that side plate off. Got a weird smell to it, but that's acetone. That's funny. I saved the gasket by doing that. Not that I'm going to reuse it, but if I wanted to reuse that, I would have tore it to pieces. Alright, let me get this out of the way. Still here. Here we go. Alright. No bad in there at all. Alright, let me look it over and see what I'm going to go next. Disconnect the rod or take this plate off. Alright, got a little thinking to do. Alright, move yours over here so you can see a little better. Let me see if I put a little light on this. Try not to get in your way, but there we go, put that right there. Alright, my hand's going to get in the way, but not much I can do about that. Look at that. We got some movement on the connecting rod there, so the connecting rod isn't froze up. Like I say, it looked pretty good in here. Now what I'm going to do is get this little lock thing out of the way here. That locks our bolts on. Alright, that looks good. Okay. That's our oil slinger there. Okay, the oil or the lock thing is holding that in place here, so don't get excited. It'll all come out together. Alright. Huh. Beautiful. Let me turn you around so I can see you guys. Look at that, spotless. Alright, now, let's see if we can turn this. Now, as long as that cam is in there, I'm not going to be able to turn that. Alright. Let me think this over. Should be able to get that cam out of there. The drift pin. Gonna have to take the plate off though. Alright. Alright. Let's take this plate off here. That way we can take the cam out. This is where you guys can use your zip gun. Zip these screws right out of here. I think I call them screws, they're actually bolts. You know, when I say stuff like that and don't correct myself, man, the trolls tear me up. They tear me to pieces. This stuff ain't scripted, you know, it just comes out. It comes out of my mouth. I apologize for calling them screws. careful taking this. This isn't aluminum, it's like pot metal. And I'm going to move it over here to the end of the table. I might have to move you guys. Alright, I'm going to move you guys, so hold on. See what I'm doing? I'm loosening it. There we go. Because it does have a paper gasket back there. Whoa. That was just a bunch of dirt that fell off. Yeah, that, let me turn you around so I can see you. Yeah, that gasket, you want to save that if you can, because that's actually a spacer. And they space that from the factory. You know, you can get these, you know, but you got to know which thickness you have. Alright, yeah, that came off easy. Alright, now we gotta okay, there's a little plug holding our cam in there, so that means we gotta take the cam out from this direction. They call this the drive side of the engine. So let me block this up so we can get a punch on that and send it through. Alright. Alright. I got a setup here on a couple of 4x4s. And I don't know if you can see that. You can see the back of the pin right here. This little knob's probably in your way, but I'm set up so you got to believe me. Alright, don't forget you get that little plug on the bottom, so don't lose that. Alright, we're getting some movement. Let's see if this fits a little better. Nope. Oh, I was going to say I don't see our little plug, but here it is. Here it is. You see that? Where you at? Over here. Right there. Well, you will gonna have to use that, reuse that. Okay, that don't fit. That one fits. Alright, whoa, whoa. Alright. Still there? See it? It's coming right out. There you go. Now, let me get these out of the way. Hope that goes. That might be jammed in there. Yeah, that's sort of jammed in there. I don't know if I could finagle that out of there. Alright, let me look at it. Let me see what I can do. Sorry about cutting you guys off like this all the time, but I don't want to waste your time while I'm looking things over, trying to figure out a way to do it. Alright, you guys still with me? Alright. Something just happened and it was very good. Let me show you here. By taking the pin out of that cam, even though it's still meshed in here with his gear, I was able to move this, and that's going to give me enough play that I could hit that piston from the top now, because the crankshaft is out of the way, so I can try and hit that piston from the top. And once we get movement out of that, we're gold. All right, let me go get my 2-inch piece of wood. Hopefully that ain't stuck too bad. You know, sometimes things look worse than they are. All right, don't go away. All right, yeah, I couldn't find my little piece of 2-inch wood. I got 4 foot of it there, but I don't feel like cutting it right now. So I had a piece of 2-inch Delrin in here, and that would have worked. You know, it's thick enough that it would have pushed it out of the way, but this is 2 inches and this is 2 inches, and I don't get it. It don't fit. So it's got to be a little bit bigger than 2. And I did find some Delrin that'll fit in there, but you want something that'll go around the edge and push against the side of the piston, you know, because you put something in the middle there, it probably wouldn't take much to blow a hole in it. But I found this. It's an 1.25 inch socket, 1-inch drive socket, and that fits in there perfect, man. That's look at that. Look how tight that is. That's as tight as the piston is in there. So I think that'll work. So let me get my headphones, and we don't know what this is going to sound like. But anytime you get metal against metal, it's not good for the ears. Alright, I'm going to do it here on the rubber, and it might flex a little, so we might have to bring it over to the vise to get some hard backing, but let's see what happens. Alright, we are getting movement. It is going down. That is tight though. That's a lot of hitting. Now we got to push it back the other way. Try and push it out. What I'm going to do, I'm going to push it down a little further, and then oil that up. It is moving a little better, but you can tell there we did have some movement. So I might even clean up the cylinder water. You know what? That cylinder water isn't bad at all. So I think it's just gummed up. I don't think it's rusted in place. I think it's just gummed up. All right, let me clean that up, and then we'll try and send it through from the other side. All right, I cleaned the cylinder out where I pushed it down. I cleaned that out with lacquer and stuff, and got all the gummy stuff out, and then hit it with some steel wool and cleaned that up, and made that real nice. Then I put some of this 50-50 in there. Somebody was asking, 50-50 what? It's 50% acetone and 50% transmission fluid, and it works good. So we got some good news and bad news here for you. We got the piston out, and the piston's in good shape, excellent shape. The rings are stuck, and chances of getting them out without breaking them are pretty slim, but it can be done. And there's no marks at all on the piston. And the cylinder, inside the cylinder, is beautiful. No rust and no scrapes, no nothing. So I think this must be like clay or something, you know, like I say, it was in a farm. So it must have had dirt and dust and everything going through there, and then once it got wet, it just got gummed up, and that was it. But okay, so like I said, there's some good news and bad news. The good news is we got the piston out and everything, and it's reusable. And the bad news is I broke the connecting rod by accident, and it's my fault, all my fault. You know, I just overlooked something. The way I pushed it out was I was able to get a screwdriver alongside the piston here, you know, and that wrist pin is hardened, so I wasn't worrying about breaking it or marring it or anything. So I was pushing it against there because that's the meatiest, hardest part to send it through. If I pushed it down there, I would have poked right through the top. So what happened was, when I was pushing it down through there, I didn't realize it, but I was probably pushing up against the connecting rod here, and it was on the inside of the block in here, and then when I hit it, it just snapped it off. Like I said, that's just cast aluminum. So my fault. I got nobody to blame. And the funny thing is, I probably got every single part spare for this, but I'm not sure if I have a connecting rod. I know if I do, I'll have to look real hard. And it's a shame, because that was a beauty, man. That didn't have a score mark or anything on it. At least I still have the cap, right? Which is about useless. So, alright, let me clean this area up here. And then, you know what? This connecting rod will probably come right out. Did I call it a connecting rod? Sorry about that. That's a crankshaft. The trolls are going to eat me up, eat me alive. It's a crankshaft. And that's in excellent condition, man. Not a scratch on it. So it means the cam will come right out too. I might as well look at that while I got it out, right? Wow. She's a beaut. I was going to say I don't see a timing mark on there, but I just did. It's a little, I don't know if you guys could see it right here where my thumb is. A little, little line right there. Okay. So we got something to work with here. Like I said, we haven't taken we still got to get that, what the hell was that? Oh, those are the tappets. That was my one tappet fell out.
Well, you don't want to go to...
Alright.
You're not filming, are you?
Yep.
Oh. Sorry.
And here's the other tappet. So, we'll see what we can do. We should be able to get that out now. Alright, let me get that out, and then we'll turn these back on, let you know how we made out. Alright, got the valve out of there, and looks like it must have been all carboned up. And then you see that brown? It's not rust, that must be clay or something. I think that's what caused the problem to this engine. You know, somebody must have run it without an air filter, or I don't know. But that's all I see is like dirt or brown clay there. I'm going to try to get. I'm going to try and save these rings. I hope I can do it. And yeah, this I thought I had compromised this valve, but it's actually in good shape. Even where I grabbed it with the vice grips, you know, there are no marks. So we'll clean that up, and we'll probably reuse that. It was my imagination, you know, because I felt the top and everything, and I thought it felt bent, but it's not. It's in good shape. But I also took this out here. Boy, that was a pain in the ass. I had to break out the hot wrench, but we got it. Didn't want a hot wrench, man. I had to beat on the pipe wrench with a hammer to cut it loose. But we got it. We got it. But the exhaust valve seat up here, if you look around here, looks like we might have to cut a new seat. Oh, you know what? Let me turn this light on here if we has it. Oh, wow. This one here is pretty good. But like I say, this one here, we won't know until we clean it up, but it sort of looks a little rounded, so we'll do that. And then, like I say, the inside don't have a scratch on it or anything. So we'll just give that a nice cleaning, light hone. So that's where we are. So right now, we just have to try and find me a connecting rod, and we've got a big cleanup job ahead of us here. So I don't know how long this is. If it's too long, I apologize, but can't tell. When you're making these videos, you can't tell how long they are. So, what do you guys say? See you next week? Alright. Thanks for hanging with us. There's my thumbnail.